welcome back to the Jump Force Weekly Reviews. On today's episode, we are covering Asta from Black Clover. Yes, this is going to be our third time going over a source, but this is also going to be the first time we're actually covering a full-on transformation. It's not like the Zoro one we went over in the Zoro episode, which you can check out, by the way, if you want to get up to date on the series. So let's go over a little bit about Asta from Black Clover. First of all, his age. This kid's 16, and he wields a sword that big, the size of Cloud. Like, Jesus Christ. As you can see from his player model right here, look at this kid. He's 16, and yet he wields a giant-sized sword. I don't get it. Also, in Asta's world, he wants to become a Wizard King. And there you can see the Asta player model right there. Except for the giant pause button, but regardless, basically, if you want to know what the Wizard King is, you guys know what Naruto is, right? Think of the Hokage, but magic. Asta is basically Naruto, but he doesn't have any magic. Yes, he knows no magic whatsoever, yet he wants to become the king of all the wizards. So it's basically he's Hermione and Naruto's love child combined into one. Which is kind of weird if you ask me. Also, as far as I am concerned with, Asta apparently also has something called anti-magic. Now, I won't go into too much detail, but it basically negates magic attacks, which doesn't actually do anything in this game, oddly enough. That's not in play. I just figured, hey, it's kind of cool that he has this kind of ability. So, let's get into the gameplay. Unfortunately, Fireball was not able to help me out because Jump Force wouldn't let us connect and have our fun, so I am in training session because we're covering a transformation and we wanted to see if there is anything unique about it. The first thing I know about Asta is his scream. I mean, listen to it. Yeah. Imagine just hearing da-da, da-da, and yeah over again. It's those screams that get you. But something else I must admit is his grab attack is actually very satisfying to hear. It's like he becomes a baseball player with that thing. Then again, that's understandable. So what is Asta like? Well, he's a heavy damage character, pretty much. You have to be doing constant damage with him, and his special attacks aren't too bad. His first one of many is called that we're going over is Black Hurricane. Now, Black Hurricane is a 2-meter attack, right trigger B maneuver that, as you saw, creates a hurricane of flurry storms. It's not all effective in actual combat, but it's great if you have opponents who like to dodge a lot, but I still think Black Hurricane is kind of useless compared to the other moves he has. Up next, we have, which I believe I'm going to be showing in a moment, is called Demon Slayer's Sword. Let's see if we can pull that up again. And that's basically his assist. What Demon Slayer's Sword does is it's a dash attack that ends with a knockback. It's great for combo enders, but it's not his best combo ender. It also is, unfortunately, his assist, which is not all that good. It's a high risk, high reward kind of assist maneuver, but it's not as bad as like Rasengan or Chidori because it doesn't take a lot of time to charge. Still, it's a pretty decent combo ender, but not as great as the right trigger Y called Demon Dweller Sword. It unleashes some kind of barrage of swipes, as well as being able to strike the opponent downwards afterwards. It's a combo in and of itself, but you can use it to end combos. It is pretty dang useful. Asta's got pretty fun combinations. He's definitely one of the most fun swordsmen to play. But now for what you guys really want to know about. His transformation. Now, this does have an actual name. But if you really want to know that, I would check it in the description below because I think it's a stupid name. For a while, fans just called this demon form. However, I'm going to call it Discount One-Wing Angel. That's basically what this is. And if you want to know if this actually does anything besides give you a temporary speed boost like most Awakening, guess what? It's useless! To Discount One-Wing Angel's credit, you can actually activate it by going into this ultimate attack called Black Meteorite. Now, you might want to be careful of using Black Meteorite because it is so difficult to hit. But just look at this finisher. Oh my god, it is useful. he basically becomes this meteorite and ends with a swipe. And it's one of the ults that actually has a status effect. If you see that one under the training dummy's health bar, Asta's Black Meteorite ability is probably one of the biggest reasons people hate fighting against this ult. Because it has the ability lock ability. Now let's just go into some actual gameplay here before we go over that in full detail. Basically what that does is it prevents your opponents from using any abilities whatsoever. And that includes ultimates. However, they can still go into an awakened status. Asta's definitely good against people who like to rush you down, say like a Goku player. But the big concern with Asta, again, when you want to fight a Goku, is knowing when to watch out for the counter. But if you have an assist like Biscuit, like Rukia, you will be fine. Are there any drawbacks to Asta? Well, I think Black Hurricane is not really all that good, and the fact that Demon Form doesn't actually add anything is kind of disappointing. But it's not too bad considering you can go into Demon Form just by using his ultimate alone, which is pretty useful. And the ability lock on that thing is far, far dangerous. If you want to play Asta, you definitely gotta hit him hard and hit him fast. And unfortunately, Asta is just not very reliable for hitting fast all the time. He's not too bad of a swordsman. I definitely think he's a little bit more fun than Renji, but not as useful as say like Zoro or something. Mostly because Black Meteorite is a little bit difficult to hit. Not only can your opponent block it despite how close you can get, but it is very difficult to combo into. But it makes sense considering that ability lock ability that it has. So, what do you need to worry about if you want to play Asta? Very simple. Ranged characters. Characters like Ryo Seiba and Kazekage Gaara have a huge advantage over Asta. However, as I will always say, Ryo Seiba is probably the most dangerous ranged character you can go up against because of one of his abilities, which we'll go over in an actual review. But other than that, you should be okay. I wouldn't recommend maining Asta too much. If you want a faster swordsman who's more reliable, I would definitely say you should pick up Zoro. But if you want a fun swordsman, then you should definitely pick Asta. At the end of the day, I gotta call it as I would like to see it. And Asta's score is officially going to be a 7 out of 10. I originally thought about giving it an 8, but considering the fact that Black Hurricane is actually not all that useful, that really hurts Asta. And at first I wanted to give off deduct more points on my scale because, you know, Demon Asta doesn't really do anything, but the fact that you can actually activate it from Black Meteorite is pretty useful. So a 7 out of 10 for Asta. Definitely a very fun swords character. Not the best swords character in the game, but if you want a fun swordsman, I would pick up Asta. Well, folks, that does it for this week's review of Jump Force characters. Come back next week, because it is about time we cover a My Hero Academia character, and what better character to review than next week's review of All Might from My Hero Academia. See you then, folks.